We're going to get straight to it in this episode. I want to talk about 8 leadership blind spots that you absolutely must know about. If there's one topic that has stuck around on this channel, it is leadership. And as a leader, I know one of our greatest enemies is our own blind spots. Today, we look at 8 leadership blind spots you must know about so you can avoid them. Let's go. Now, I have done videos on some of these before, but I really want to hit on all of them in this one. And here we go. That hold you back. No. 1. Overconfidence in your own perspective. If you are a person who thinks you pretty much have the right answer all the time, and anyone who disagrees with you is wrong, well, guess what? People are going to stop sharing their ideas with you. Creativity and innovation is going to drop through the floor, and your team is going to suffer because of it. And yes, you will be part of the team. Now, sometimes having an opinion is good. It helps you see things more clearly when you're trying to make a decision. But if you start believing those opinions are facts, then you have a problem. So how do you fix this? Well, you practice active listening. You ask for feedback, especially from people who disagree with you. You tell people you might be wrong, so help me understand why. And by the way, I love this research from Scott Mounts, who talks about how overconfident leaders actually believe they listening when they actually still formulating their response. So they're not really listening. They think they're listening. That's the first step in fixing this problem. No. 2. Micromanagement. Now, I have done a couple of episodes around micromanagement. I'm going to link to those in the description. This is something that often starts off as a strength, paying attention to detail, caring deeply about the quality of your team's work. But then it crosses a line into a weakness when you're constantly checking in, constantly correcting, constantly redoing the work of your team. Now, there's a couple of fixes for this. 1. Delegate with clarity. Don't just dump work onto people. Tell them why it matters, what your expectations are, and give them the resources they need to get it done. And then 2. Empower your team with responsibility, not just with tasks. Give them the ability to make decisions and own the outcomes. Now, this takes time to build trust, and sometimes you have to earn the right to have people do that. But as soon as you can, give them that power. Now, micromanagement lowers trust. It stifles ownership, and it burns you out as a leader, and it burns your team out as well. No. 3. Avoiding tough conversations. We've all had a leader like this, someone who never delivers the hard feedback. They dodge conflict. They sugarcoat things. They ignore poor performance because it makes them uncomfortable. But guess what? That small issue you ignored just became a huge crisis. Someone else had to clean it up, and now everyone knows you can't be trusted to deliver the hard feedback. And what does that do to your credibility? Done right, feedback is a gift. It gives people the ability to course correct, to grow, to improve. But it has to be delivered with empathy, honesty, and timeliness. By the way, receiving feedback is a skill, and it's one that we need to get better at. So I am open to doing a video on that as well. If you want to see that, put it in the comments. Number 4, inconsistent communication. Are you the kind of leader who says one thing but does another? Who gives mixed signals? Who doesn't follow through on promises? Who doesn't communicate changes? Who doesn't share information? Because if you are creating confusion, mistrust, and disengagement. When you're inconsistent in your communication style, or you don't communicate at all, people tune you out and they stop trusting you. So what's the fix? Communicate clearly, communicate frequently, and align your words with your actions. Be the same person in every meeting, in every conversation. Walk the talk. No. 5. Failing to develop others. Hey, let's be honest. We've all had a manager like this. Someone who's all about the results, who doesn't care about people, who doesn't invest in their development, who doesn't mentor, who doesn't coach. They just want the wins. Well, guess what? People will eventually leave, and no one wants to stay on a team where the only focus is on extracting the work from people without investing back into them. So what's the fix? Well, invest in your people. Find ways to help them grow, to push themselves, to learn new skills. Give them stretch assignments. Help them find mentors and coaches, and do all you can to develop your bench strength, because if you do, you'll have a constant pipeline of great talent, which means you'll always be able to field strong teams. And that is a competitive advantage. No. 6. Neglecting self-development. I have had this blind spot myself, and it was actually a major wake-up call for me. We often think that once we get to a certain level, we've arrived. We've made it. We don't need to continue to grow and develop. But guess what? We always need to keep developing. Now, I recently read an article that said, if you stop learning, you start dying. And I thought that was such a powerful statement. If you stop learning, you become outdated. You become less effective. You lose the ability to relate to the challenges that people face because you haven't been there in a while. You become disconnected from the work. You become less inspiring. So what's the fix? Well, commit to a regular cadence of learning, whether that's working with a mentor, taking training, reading books, getting feedback, whatever it is, you have to make it a priority. Number 7, over-reliance on a few voices. This is a natural human tendency, right? We tend to surround ourselves with people who are like-minded, who agree with us, who validate our thinking. But guess what? That creates a dangerous blind spot because you miss out on the diverse set of opinions that could have helped you make a better decision. Now, I know this is a challenge for me. I have to be proactive in seeking out different points of view, especially in my role as a consultant. So what's the fix? Well, you have to listen to a wider set of voices. You have to proactively seek out input from people who are different than you, who come from different levels, different backgrounds, different parts of the organization. And by the way, this is one of the benefits of having an advisory board or council. You get a diverse set of opinions from people who really have your best interest at heart. And finally, number 8, not recognizing burnout. Listen, we've all seen this before. The leader who ignores the signs of exhaustion, who pushes for more productivity, who doesn't take time for rest and recharge, who pushes back against taking time off. Well, guess what? Eventually, you're going to burn out, and when you burn out, you're going to take your team with you. Morale goes down, mistakes go up, and so does turnover. The best leaders normalize work-life balance. They lead by example. They watch for the red flags in themselves and in others. So what's the fix? Well, model healthy habits. Make sure you take time off. Watch for the signs of burnout in your team and help them get the support they need. The most dangerous leadership blind spot isn't making mistakes. It's not knowing you're making them. Self-awareness, humility, and feedback are the best defenses. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, like, and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.